إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد السلام عليكم. Last time we finished lesson 1. And it was a fast one, I'll be honest. Yeah, it was a fast lesson. But really the moral of the lesson was to get us to speak Arabic, get us started speaking Arabic and not overthink it. So inshallah today we're going to re-go over what we learned in lesson 1, and then we're going to, inshallah, perhaps complete lesson 2 and 3, or at least start lesson 3. And this book, alhamdulillah, has 23 lessons in it. So we're doing pretty well. So, first lesson, what did we learn? Anyone remember?
Mahada.
Mahada, okay. Okay, we learned hada. What else did we learn?
Man is for humans.
Yes, man is for humans. Okay, alhamdulillah. So we learned hada. Hada. Hada, what does it mean? This, or this is, right? This, or this is. And there was 3 things I said that we use hada for, or 3 conditions we need to fulfill before we use hada. Do you remember what's one condition? For example, there's a chair right here, right? For example, yeah? This chair. If I want to point to this chair, I say hada.
It has to be an object.
Okay, it's an object, yeah, of course. And then, is it masculine or feminine? What's that?
Masculine.
Masculine. So it's got to be masculine. Okay. And how do you say masculine in Arabic? It's mudakkar. Mudakkarun. Mudakkarun. And then, in terms of number, is it 1, 2, 3? What do you think? Hada. Am I pointing? Singular, yes. And I'm pointing to a singular object. So it's going to be singular. Singular. Also known as mufradun. Mufrad. And then whatever I'm pointing to, is it going to be close to me or far away from me? Near. So yes, it has to be near. And that's called qaribun. In Arabic. So those are the 3 conditions that we need to fulfill in order to use hada. So, for example, can someone give an example? What did we learn last time? So, like hada, what's this called? Kursi. Yeah, hada kursiyun. Yeah. What about that thing that we entered through?
Bab.
So, how would you say this is a door?
Hada
babun. How would you say desk? هذا مكتب الحمد لله. How would you say like this? It's like a pen. هذا قلم. هذا قلم. Perfect. So هذا it's it's a word, and it's classified as an اسم الإشارة. اسم الإشارة. Ismul Ishara, which means it's a noun that points to something. We're going to learn more, but this is the first one that we've taken. Okay, and then we learned ma and man. Ma and man. What's the difference between them? I mean, what does ma mean?
What?
What does man mean? Who? Like man hada, who's this? Hada tabib, this is a doctor. Man hada, who's this? Hada mudarris, this is a teacher, right? Would you say ma hada if you're pointing to a human? You wouldn't, because it's for objects. You say ma hada, this is hada kursi. Okay? You say man for humans, right? Or something with intellect. Intellect. Oh gosh, not so intellect. Sorry about this, I don't know how it's going to look, but whatever. Yeah, you get the point. Man is for intellectual things, rational things. What do those include? Humans, angels, and jinn. Non-intellectual things. What do those include? Animals, objects, and concepts. Okay? Now these are particles of questioning. We use these to question something. Yeah? Alright. In Arabic, intellectual things are called what? Aqilun. Aqil. And non-intellectual things are ghayru aqil. Alright? That's what we learned last time. We also learned this. What does that mean?
Is.
Is. And so when we use this, it's called harful istifham. When we use this, we're asking an affirmation or negation question. Is this this? If it is, then you say yes. Or if it isn't, you say no. Right? So أهذا بيت؟ لا هذا مسجد. أهذا مكتب؟ نعم هذا مكتب. Right? So you're saying yes or no. Okay. In terms of the vocabulary, there's a lot of new vocabulary. Maybe it's your first time studying Arabic, maybe it's your first time studying anything like this at all. You gotta stick with the vocabulary. Stay up to date with the vocabulary, inshallah. And then at the end of the lesson, let me ask. How do you say dog in Arabic?
Kalb.
Kalb. How do you say cat? Qitton. How do you say camel?
Hajar. Or Jamal.
Jamal. Yeah, Jamal. And of course, there's many other names, but we've just started learning. Yeah. How do you say rooster? Or rooster.
Dhullak.
Deacon.
Deacon.
How do you say teacher? I mean, yeah, you could. Yeah.
Madras? No.
Mudarrisun. Good. There's another. Mudarris is common, but there's another more common one. It's called muallim. And again, whether you write this down now or later, it's okay. But that's what we learned in lesson 1. Any questions on this? Pretty straightforward, right? Cool. So that was lesson 1. And then yes, there was homework, right? The iqra waqtub. Basically, you just gotta read it. ما هذا قلم. هذا كلب. من هذا طبيب. What does that mean? من هذا طبيب.
Who is this? This is the doctor.
Yeah, correct. هذا جمل. أهذا كلب. لا هذا قط. And we also talked about, I think Brother Fahad asked the question, some people, they say kal like this, or they say qal like this, right? I mean, in this instance, look, we learned kalbun. Kalbun, that means dog. And what happens if you say it with the qaf? It's a completely different word. It means heart. See? So just even replacing one thing changes the whole meaning, let alone the tashkil of the vowel marks. We're going to talk about that more later. Okay. So let's turn to lesson 2. Everyone understood this? Okay. Yes, yeah. Alhamdulillah. Lesson 2. That's on page 12. Yeah, it should be. Is it this one? Let me see. Yeah, this one. Yeah, page 12. It says at the top, الدرس الثاني, the second lesson. Okay? And in the second lesson, we're going to learn another ismul ishara. It's called ذلك. ذلك. Alright? ذلك. ذلك. Alright? ذلك. Now this kind of ذلك. Like if you memorize the Quran, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه, right? ذلك. What does ذلك mean? It means that. So we learned this, هذا. Now we're learning that. Yeah? So this has three similar conditions to هذا. The first one is the same. Masculine. It needs to be a masculine object or thing. Or someone, right? Masculine. Same thing. And then in terms of number, it's the same exact thing, singular. You're pointing to a singular thing over there. So singular. And so then what's the difference? The difference is the last one. Yeah. We're pointing for the hada, it was something qareeb. But for dalika, it's something far away. Far. Or ba'eed. See, that's the only difference. Alhamdulillah, right? So if I say, ma dhalika, what's that? You're going to say, dhalika najmun, that's a star, right? Or, man dhalika, who is that? Dhalika muallim, that's a teacher, alright? So, any questions on this? Okay, nice. Who would like to read? Who would like to read the first two sentences? Very easy. Inshallah. Get your Arabic practice in. Once a week.
He said he liked it. He liked it.
Like
I got the fever throat.
Tafaddal, bro. It's fine, fine.
ما ذلك ذلك نجم.
Okay. ما ذلك ذلك نجم. So what does this mean?
What is that? This is a star.
You say, what is that? That is
That
a
is a
star.
star,
Yeah. What about the next one?
هذا مسجد وذلك بيت.
وذلك بيت.
This is a masjid and that is a house.
Perfect, perfect. And so we see this one right here, the wow. It means and. We said this last time too. It means and. And typically the wow is written very close to the next word. Like you see, it says وذلك, and it looks like it's part of the word. It's not. Okay, it just means and. So here, هذا مسجد وذلك بيت. So what is that meaning? It means هذا مسجد, that masjid is close to this person, وذلك بيت, and the house is far away from this person. Alright, next one.
هذا حسان وذلك حمار.
هذا حصان وذلك حمار. So what is that?
This is a horse and that is a donkey.
Perfect. This is a horse and that is a donkey. Alhamdulillah. See, look, we can already read basic sentences just by knowing two words, a couple words. Just a little bit of things to know. The cross between a horse and a donkey is what? A mule, right? You know, like if you put like fruits and stuff on it, and they go and do walk so far. In Arabic, you say baglun. Baglun. That's what it is in Arabic. All right. Next sentence. Can anyone else read? All right.
ذلك كلب لا ذلك قط.
Good. ذلك كلب لا ذلك قط. What does that mean?
So is this a dog? No, is that a dog? No, that is a cat.
You're right. Is that a dog? No, that is a cat. ما ذلك? What's that? ذلك سرير. That is a bed. Let's go to the next page. Who can read this one? Basically from one of you two.
What, first sentence on the next page?
Yeah, yeah.
من هذا ومن ذلك
من هذا ومن ذلك.
ومن ذلك.
So what does that mean? Translate. So we know man is who. Man means who.
Who's this and who's that?
Exactly. Man hada wa man dhalika. Who's this and who's that? And the next sentence.
هذا مدرس وذلك إمام.
هذا مدرس وذلك إمام. هذا مدرس وذلك إمام. What does that mean?
This is the teacher and that is the imam.
Right. This is a teacher. This is a teacher, and that is the imam. Right. And that is an imam. And of course, imam has different meanings, right? Imam has different meaning. It can be, the person that leads the prayer, or it could be like the leader of a country, or, the leader of something, right? Ma dhalika, what's that? Dhalika hajarun, that is a rock or a stone. Ma dhalika, dhalika hajarun. And what about the next sentence? Only one person left.
هذا سكر وذلك لبن.
هذا سكر وذلك لبن. What does that mean?
This is sugar and that is milk.
Yes.
Or laban.
Laban. هذا سكر, this is sugar, وذلك لبن. If that is, like, it's like a yogurty, it's like lassi, lassi.
Yeah.
It's like a yogurty type of drink.
So how would you say milk?
Milk, you would say hadid. Hadid. This halib. And some people, some Arabs, they say laban, they say halib.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, what's more common is the halib. Yeah, exactly. Halib is more common. Alright. So that was the lesson 2. Literally, that was lesson 2. Short lesson, huh?
Yeah.
But what we're learning is minute differences between the ism al-ishara. So some people ask you, okay, why doesn't, in the Quran, you're reading, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ, how come it doesn't say this? Why did it say that? It's saying like as if the Quran's far away. It's because when you do that in Arabic, it's giving something a lofty status. See that? So just these 2 words we've taken, you can kind of understand, okay, something close, that's nice, but for example, like Allah refers to himself as the plural. We have sent down the Quran, right? Or like, so just dalika, that's something far away, meaning high, lofty status. Alhamdulillah. See? Okay. The tamreen, it says iqra waqtub. Tamreen means exercise. Iqra waqtub, read and write. And you guys should write this, yeah? When you go home, just kind of, it takes like 2 minutes. Just quickly write what you can. I know my handwriting's not the best just because I'm standing up and, on the board, but you gotta write it. Iqra waqtub. هذا سكر وذلك لبن. This is sugar and that is laban, or like a yogurty drink, like lassi kind of. All right. Man dhalika, dhalika imamun. Who's that? That is an imam. Who can read number 3? Anyone?
ذلك قط.
ذلك قط.
أو قط. لا ذلك كلب.
لا ذلك كلب. What does that mean?
Is that a cat? No, that is a dog.
Perfect. What about number 4? The next one. ما هذا?
ما هذا؟ هذا حجر.
What does that mean?
What is that? Is that a rock?
It says, what is this? ما هذا? What is this?
What is this? What is this?
هذا حجر. This is a stone or a rock. Okay, so that was lesson 2. Easy, right? I mean, it's quite light, and that's, alhamdulillah, that's a benefit. A lot of the, even the scholars of Islam, they say to start with the small books when you're learning, because it gives the learner motivation to keep going. And then later on, imagine, you start learning Arabic and I plop a book this size in front of you, you're gonna think, no way, man, I'll keep speaking English forever. No worries, right? But alhamdulillah, slowly and surely we're gonna learn this language once and for all. Okay, inshallah. Okay, so any questions so far? So what did we learn? We learned ismul ishara. We've learned 2 of them already. Hada and dhalika. Okay? Hada is for something masculine, singular, and near to you. Ma hada? Hada maktabun. Dhalika is the same thing except it's far away from you. Ma dhalika? Dhalika qitbun. That is a cat.
Can you explain like bayutun instead of bayut? Because I wasn't here the first class.
Yeah, no worries. Can you explain that, yeah? I'm about to explain it
Okay.
in the next lesson. But let me just do it now. For example, Beitun.
Or
Someone asked me,
Beitun,
yeah,
right.
okay, why are you saying tun?
Beitun, yeah.
Like tun, like what's the deal? In normal speech, when you're speaking Arabic, you don't say tun or tun or tin or whatever, right? You just say bait. So why are we learning tun? Why are we learning it like that? Well, number one, I think maybe you asked me, but
Yeah.
number one, we're learning it because in Arabic you're about to see in the upcoming lessons that these nouns are affected by different words in a sentence, okay? And their ending can change. So maybe a word can make it into a kasra, maybe a word can make it into a fatha. And by knowing that, knowing the ending of a word and its position in the sentence, you can figure out if it's like the main subject of a sentence, you can figure out if it's the object of a sentence, something that's being done, like an action being done on it, upon. Again, we're gonna get there.
So this is kind of the default that's subject to change based on the sentence.
Yeah, so we're learning it like this, Beitun, because book 1 and book 2 are focused heavily on that change that happens.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and even bro, even if you go to like Saudi Arabia or whatever, or any Arab country, if you say tun, they're not gonna think you're weird. They're gonna think, okay, you're just
Learning.
You're learning.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But this segues into next lesson. So Beitun. So what does that mean? It means a house,
House.
right? We learned a house, right?
Yeah, house.
A house.
A house.
A house. Because in Arabic, for example, هذا بيت. This means this is a house. But in Arabic, there's no is like this. It doesn't have this. Like it doesn't have these two things. Is a. It doesn't have that. This is kind of by saying Beitun, you're implying that it is a singular house. See what I mean? So if I say like Dikun, I'm saying a rooster. Or if I say Kitabun, I'm saying a book. See? It's a singular thing that we're talking about. And it could be any book in the world, yeah? This is a book, or any book. It could be any single book in the world I'm referring to. So that's a good question. So now we're gonna learn in lesson 3 right now, how do we specify? How do we specify, make something definite, that I'm definitely talking about this thing, this specific thing in front of me. That's lesson 3. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Like,
No worries. So lesson 3. That's on page 14. It's the one with the broken pen on it. Yeah. So this says ad-darsu thalith, the third lesson. And if you see, the first thing that it's saying is that example I gave. Look, Beitun. This means what?
A house.
house. So hada Beitun. This is a house, right? Now we're gonna learn the definite article. Interesting, right? First we know that this is indefinite, meaning it can be any single thing, any house in the world, any single house. It's called nakira. Nakira. Indefinite. I'm not specifying a single thing. Okay? To make something definite, to make something specified, you have to add al. Al. So if I say al bayt, what does that mean? It means the house. The house. See that? The house. Now, when I add al in front of a noun, its ending changes. Okay? So you're asking about the endings, why are we focusing? Because now look, the ending's gonna change. Because when you have al, cannot have tanween. You cannot have the sound. It wouldn't make sense. Al-baytun, you're kind of contradicting yourself. It's kind of like if like an uncle came up to you, he's referring to you as a sheep. Like you're kind of, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So when you put al in front of a noun, you're gonna drop one of these. Remember, I said it's two, like this, but you can write it like this. You can write it like this. It's two dhammas. It's two of these, two dhammas. Two of these together makes that sound. And when you add an al in front of the noun, it's gonna drop one of them. One of them is gonna be dropped. So it's just gonna be like this. Al-baytu. That's how you specify something. Al-baytu. For example, let's do some more examples. Qalamun. Qalamun. What does that mean? Like this is a pen, right? A pen. Now if I want to specify the pen, I'll put al qalamu. Qalamu. Look, I dropped one of the dhammas. Now this is saying what? The pen. The pen. Yeah? So that is what the lesson is saying. Baytun, it turns to al-baytu when you add the al in front of it. So baytun, a house. Al-baytu, the house. Kitabun, a book. Al-kitabu, the book. Qalamun, a pen. Al-qalamu, the pen. Jamalun, a, what does that mean?
Camel.
Camel. Al-jamalu, the camel. So the next sentence, it says Al-qalamu maksurun. Al-qalamu maksurun. The pen is broken. Okay. The pen is broken. What would happen if I say qalamun maksurun without the al? Qalamun maksurun.
It's not specifying the pen.
It's not specifying the pen. You're going to be saying a broken pen. You're not going to say the pen is broken. You see me? Alright. Like the next one. Al-babu maftuhun. Al-babu maftuhun. The door is open. You see, that's a complete sentence. The door is open. Al-babu maftuhun. The door is open. Whereas if you just said babun maftuhun, an open door, okay, what about it? What about the open door? You see me? Okay, who can read the next one? Usman, تفضل.
الولد جالس ومدرس واقف.
الولد جالس والمدرس واقف. So that means, so al-waladu, what does that mean? Yeah, the boy, jalisun, is sitting,
And the teacher
is standing. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun, and the teacher is standing. Does anyone have any questions on this sentence? Is it quite clear? Any questions? Good. Alhamdulillah. And this is one of the most important lessons to know in the book. It's the third lesson. It's a heavy lesson, I'll be honest. And now we're not going to complete all that lesson today, but inshallah we'll take a little bit of this example sentences here. We'll do some new vocabulary that we have to take as well. The first, who can read number one? I'll start off. Al-kitabu jadidun wal-qalamu qadimun. The book is new and the pen is old. Okay, number two. Al-himaru saghirun wal-hisanu kabirun. So what does that mean? The donkey is small and the horse is big. Perfect. Okay, next one. Let's do this one, yeah? How about let's go down the table, yeah? Number three.
الكرسي مكسور.
Al-kursiyu maksurun. What does that mean?
The chair is broken.
The chair is broken. Alhamdulillah. Alright, next one.
البيت قريب والمسجد بعيد.
Al-baytu qaribun wal masjidu ba'idun. You skipped a couple, but it's okay. What does that mean?
The قريب. What does قريب mean?
Qarib
Near.
means near.
The house is near and the masjid is far.
Perfect, man. You got it. Alhamdulillah. Let's do number 4. I'll do it. It's al-mindilu wasikhun. Al-mindilu wasikhun. The handkerchief, a napkin or a tissue, really the handkerchief that you keep in here and you wipe your nose with, is dirty. Next one, yeah? Go for it, brother. You got it.
الماء بريد
Al-ma'u baridun.
بارد.
And that means the water is cold.
Water is cold.
The water is cold. Next one, yeah?
القمر جميلا.
Al-qamaru jamilun. What does that mean?
That was beautiful.
The moon.
Oh,
Al-qamaru
yeah.
jamilun. The moon is beautiful. Alhamdulillah. Al-qamaru jamilun.
No.
Someone was coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Alright. Let's do number 8, the one that looks like an upside down V. It's Al-hajaru thaqilun wal waraqu khafifun. That means the stone or the rock is heavy and the paper, or you could say leaves, are light, is light. Alright, what about number 9? Anyone can do number 9 for me?
اللبن
Al-labanu
حار.
Al-labanu harun. What does that mean?
The laban is
Har means hot. So that's a sad situation, man. The lassi is hot. You can't have hot lassi. Alright, next one. Al-qamisu nadhifun. The shirt is clean. Al-qamisu nadhifun. The shirt is clean. Any questions over what we did so far? We've learned the definite article. It means to definitely know something. We're definitely saying something, yeah? What does it mean? I put indefinite, it means nakira. Definite, something that's definite, is ma'arifatun. Ma'arifatun. Okay? Any questions? Not too bad, huh? Not too bad.
a lot of new vocab.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of new vocab. So if you're not keeping up with the vocab, you're gonna fall a little behind. All right, inshallah. So keep up with it. I think the best thing to do is to just before the lesson starts, there's always a little table with the new vocab in that lesson. At the end of the lesson, yeah, there's a little table. You just go through it. You know, use like a dictionary or use something online. I wouldn't say use Google Translate, but
I got a Quizlet, so I'll share it inshallah.
okay, inshallah, good. And so then when you come to the lesson, you know what we're talking about, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Next page. It's tamareen. What does that mean? It means exercises. Tamreen means exercise. Tamareen means exercises. So the first one, it says, اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. It means read and write with the correct vowelization on the ending of the words. So look, there's a lot of words here, and they're trying to trick you here and there. And there's some that have al, some that don't have al. The ones that don't have al, how do you pronounce it? With the un ending. Baytun, not al baytu, right? Who wants to read that first sentence? There's 2 sentences, so I'm gonna ask 2 people. Who wants to read the first row of row of words?
Masjidun, al-masjid,
Al-masjidu.
al-masjidu,
Yes.
al-ma'u, ma'un,
Ma'un. Perfect.
al-baytu, babun, qalamun, qalamu,
Perfect. Ahsant. That was very good. Who wants to read the next row?
الكلب كلب قميص ولد الحجر لولد
الولد
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 yeah حمار
حمار الحمار
الحمار perfect so masjidun that means a masjid al-masjidu the masjid al-ma'u the water ma'un like a water you know what I mean
Yeah.
like singular water al-baytu the house babun a door qalamun a pen al-qalamu the pen al-kalbu the dog kalbun a dog qamisun a shirt waladun a boy al-hajaru the rock al-waladu the son sorry, the boy himarun a donkey al-himaru the donkey alright now let's do the second exercise iqra waqtu there's a lot of reading to get you used to Arabic you know alhamdulillah you guys just I don't know what your you know what the spread is on how you know frequently you read Arabic yes, those that read the Quran are quite more familiar with it than those that don't read as much may Allah make us all from those who read a lot inshallah I mean but yeah you gotta practice when you're reading it like when you're thinking it it's a bit different than when you're reading it out loud you ever like record yourself on a phone and you hear like you think like you're all manly and stuff but you don't sound like that on the phone yeah so that's why we gotta make sure that we're manly and we're reading it good yeah alright iqra waktub so who wants to read number 1
المكتب مكسور the table is broken
good number 2 al-mudarrisu jadidun the teacher is new alright number 3 who wants to read
القميص وسخ
al-qamisu
القميص
wasikhun yeah al-qamisu wasikhun it means the shirt is dirty what about number 4
اللبن بارد
al-labanu baridun
the yogurt is cold
the yogurt is cold alhamdulillah we found the cold yogurt alhamdulillah the cold laban alright number 5 al-masjidu maftuhun the masjid is open and number 6
الحجر كبير
al-hajaru kabirun what does that mean al-hajaru that's a rock
is near
and then kabirun
Big.
is big the rock is big alright who wants to read number 7 the one that's like this heavy
اللبن بارد
baridun
بارد
wal-ma'u
والماء حار أو حارون
حار اللبن بارد والماء حار what does that mean
the yogurt is cold and
the water
the water is hot
the water is hot oh you need both cold right no hot water yeah alhamdulillah alright next one al-muhandisu jalisun wal-mudarrisu waqifun the engineer al-muhandis an engineer muhandisu jalisun is sitting just like that example sentence we had earlier al-waladu jalisun wal-mudarrisu waqifun al-muhandisu jalisun wal-mudarrisu waqifun and the teacher is standing alright what about the next one anyone al-qamaru ba'idun the moon is far you can say al-qamaru ba'idun wal-baytu qaribun the moon is far and the house is close right look you guys understood that alhamdulillah 2 sentences in Arabic you understood al-mindilu nadhifun what does that mean
the
the handkerchief is clean that's good ahsantum we're almost done with the lesson to be honest yeah but let's see here number 3 and if you go to number 3 and number 4 it's saying basically to fill in the blanks with the words that are given and so you just do that in your own time inshallah
it's like definition
No, it's saying, look.
The words on top of it?
Yeah, exactly. The words on
Oh.
top, you gotta pick from those words and fill in the blanks with them. So, for example,
Oh, okay.
like al-hajaru, and you have to complete the sentence.
Like make your own sentence.
Yeah, al-hajaru is what? Thaqilun. Al-hajaru thaqilun. The rock is heavy. Al-babu maftuhan. The door is open, and so on and so forth. So inshallah, you guys can practice that. If you have any questions, just text me, and I'll answer them for you. And so is the next one. The next one is not giving you on the next page. Yeah, it's not giving you words to choose from. You have to bring your own words. So, for example, number 1, it says something nadifun. You could say al-qamisu nadifun or al-baytu nadifun. Number 2, it's saying something maksurun. So you would say, I don't know, al-maktabu maksurun, al-baytu maksurun, etc. Yeah?
Yeah.
Any questions so far? Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's go to that box. What does that say? It says al-kalimatul jadida. Al-kalimatul jadida. The new words. So let's go through them. And if you missed one, you can write it down now. Al-qamaru. It means the moon. Jadidun. It means new. Qadimun. It means old. But qadimun, it doesn't mean old in terms of age. It means old in terms of length of time. Like for example, if you're like at university for like 7 years, 10 years, whatever, you're an old student. You've been there forever. So it doesn't mean age, it just means length of time. Wasikhun means dirty. Nadifun means clean. Harun means hot. Baridun means cold. You see, they're giving us the opposite, so it's easy for us to remember, inshallah. Saghirun means small, like al-waladu saghirun, the boy is small. Wal-rajulu kabirun, and the man is big.
But
Kabirun.
in this case, you're using Saghir in terms of size, right?
Yes, saghir. Kabirun, it means big. Maftuhun means open. Like al-babu maftuhan, the door is open. Maksurun means broken. Al-qalamu maksurun. Thaqilun, I used to have trouble with this word when I first started. Like I could not memorize it, I don't know why. Inshallah you won't have that difficulty. But thaqilun means heavy. And you gotta make your own stuff. Like how are you gonna memorize it? Like these all look the same, right? When you first start, like bro, these all look the same. You know, the dots and everything, but inshallah, as you write and as you read, it's going to become second nature to you, inshallah. Khafifun is the opposite of thaqilun. What does khafifun mean then? Thaqilun means heavy, light. Khafifun means light, weight, light in weight. Jamilun means what? Beautiful or handsome, you could say. Waqifun means standing. Jalisun means sitting. Yeah, so that ends the new words. So in summary, what did we learn? We have those 4 sentences there. Najmun has a tanween. It has this double dhamma on it. This means a star. Any star in the world. You're not defining which star you're talking about. Therefore, it's indefinite. It's nakira. You don't know. So it could be any. But when you add al in front of it, you drop one of the dhammas that were here. And now you can say an-najmu, the star. An-najmu, the star. And notice, and inshallah, if you recite the Quran a lot, there's some words that have a shadda, that little W on it. This little W. That means you have to, it kind of counts as 2 of those same letters. An-najmu. Yeah? That's important for next lesson, inshallah. But anyways, rajalun, that means a man. Ar-rajalu means the man. Right? Dikun, what does that mean?
Chicken.
A rooster. Chicken is something else. Chicken is the female. Dikun means the male, the rooster. You're the one that does cock-a-doodle-doo in the morning, right? Dikun. And then a diku, what does that mean?
The rooster.
The rooster. طالب. What does that mean?
Student.
طالب العلم. Right? Student of knowledge. طالب. A student. And then الطالب. The student. Alhamdulillah. I think we can, let me see here. Inshallah, we can stop there. Unless you guys are wanting to go for longer a little bit. Up to you guys, huh? Inshallah, okay, so basically, yeah, what you need to do is that those two homeworks, for example, number 3, number 4, where you have to fill in the blanks. Inshallah, we'll go over that next lesson. And then next lesson, we'll finish up lesson 3. And at the end of lesson 3, there's going to be some important concepts to know. It's going to be solar, sun letters versus lunar, moon letters. And why did I bring up the shadda? Because it has something to do with that. But the solar letters, you have to pronounce them a certain way. The lunar letters, you have to pronounce them another certain way. Any questions so far over what we've been through? We reviewed lesson 1. We did up to lesson 3 now. I mean, half of lesson 3. Alhamdulillah.
So what does wasikhun mean?
Wasikhun means dirty.
Dirty.
Wasikhun. Dirty. Like al-qamisu wasikhun.
And the leaf one, clean.
Nadifun means clean. Like al-maktabu nadifun. The desk is clean. So, bro, even with these small phrases that we know, you can go to Medina. You can say, listen, the shirt's clean.
Oh, we're making hijra now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's make hijra, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Let's
This
see.
is
You never heard that.
You have 2 and 3 as well, or what?
Yeah, yeah. You're from Amazon, what you mentioned?
That's
You
it.
got all 36.7.
No, it's the same thing. Same thing.
He paid 36 for all 3 of these. But on Amazon, it's like
Oh, you bought all 3?
No.